Hi, we're here again with the Temiskaming Art Gallery, and today we're going to be doing some beadwork. Bonjour, on est ici encore avec la Galerie d'Art de Temiskaming et aujourd'hui on va faire un petit peu des bracelets ou des colliers. Alors, on a besoin des beads. Si tu es un petit enfant qui va faire cet bricolage aujourd'hui, tu peux choisir les choses plus gros et tu peux faire une aiguille avec une pipe cleaner, comme ça. Ou si tu veux faire quelque chose plus petit, tu as besoin des beads comme ça ou comme ça. Et il y a beaucoup de couleurs, tu as besoin de choisir quelle couleur. And I have a couple examples to show you. So these bracelets are actually quite nice because there's a secret message encoded in them using the Morse code. So you can look up the alphabet in Morse code and you can figure out how to write your own secret message. So on the bracelet I'm wearing today, it says, I love you. So if I come over here, the I is 2 dots, okay? Followed by a space between the words, shown in the bronze. Next word is love. So L is a dot, a dash, and 2 dots. O is 3 dashes. V, 3 dots and 1 dash. E is 1 dot. And then U is a dash, dot, 2 dashes. Y, O again with 3 dashes, and U, 2 dots and a dash. So if you would like to make a secret message Morse code bracelet, today I'm going to show you how. Okay, so there's a few things you can do to secure your bracelets, and it depends on the materials you have at home. If you have a cord like this, you can make some simple slip knots to get your bracelet on by expanding, and then you can pull the cords, and it's going to be a little bit hard, together, okay, there we go, to make your bracelet tighter. So this is one option if you have a cord like this. If you have a embroidery thread or an elastic that you would like to use, you can do that, and you can use a clasp, some crimps, and some loops, as I have done in this example here. So I have a loop on one end and a clasp on the other end, and this cord is actually an elastic cord. So whatever you have at home, try to use. Also, I would recommend, if you're using small beads, that you have a placemat or a piece of felt to place them on. So in my bead set over here, I used the long beads as my dashes. Sorry, I'm going to clear this stuff out of the way. Long beads were the dashes, and then my seed beads are the dots, so a dot and a dash. But I understand that these are too small to see, so here's what we're going to do. We're not going to use seed beads today. We're going to be using some leather cord, which has been dyed turquoise, and some large pony beads and these lovely longer beads for my dashes. So this will be a dot and this will be a dash. So also I'd just like to point out, if you do want to use needles and you're a little bit nervous, you can get some cross stitch needles which are duller so you're not poking yourself. So one option is a pipe cleaner, which you just do like this. Tu peux faire une aiguille comme ça. Si tu es une enfant qui va faire cette bracelet ou collier, okay, ça fonctionne avec une corde. Ou tu peux chercher des aiguilles pour point de croix plaque. Je pense que, I don't know how to read that, but these are cross stitch needles and they have a duller point. Si tu utilises quelque chose plus gros, comme ça, tu n'as besoin pas d'aiguille. Alors, pour mon collier, je veux écrire je t'aime. So I decided for this necklace, I'm going to write je t'aime. So what you need to do is you need to look at your Morse code chart and mark out ahead of time what each of the letters is in Morse code. So that's the dashes and the dots. For this one, I wrote meme, and for this one, I wrote I love you. And you can see that I had looked up a couple options. So best mom ever, I love you, XO, whatever you'd like to write in your secret message. Just make some notes first so that when you're beading, you're not going to put the beads in the wrong spot. Quand tu sais les mots que tu veux écrire, juste désigner les Morse code à côté de chaque lettre et quand tu construis ton collier, tu ne vas pas faire des erreurs parce que tu déjà sais où chaque bead allait. One last thing is selecting your beads. So not only do you need a dash and a dot, but you will need something to represent the space in between. And in between each letter, you're going to use one space, but in between a word, you are going to use 3 spaces. Okay? Alors, on est prêt pour commencer. La première lettre, c'est la G. So, I'm going to put a spacer of 3 spaces to start. 1, 2, 3. Maintenant, le G, c'est une point and 3 dashes. 1, 2, 3. Ça, c'est la lettre J. 1, point, 1, 2, 3, dash. 1, point, 1, 2, 3, dash. Et une espace. Parce que c'est le même mot. Maintenant, le E, une point, et cet mot est fini. So this word is finished now, and I'm going to put my 3 spaces to signify that I'm starting my next word. 1, 2, 3. J'ai choisi une couleur qui est proche de mon cord. So I don't want these blue ones to stand out because these are just the spaces. So I've selected a color that's close to the color of my cord, my base color. Okay? Le prochain mot, je t'aime. T, comme ça, et un espace. La prochaine lettre, c'est A, point, T, A, place I, 2 points, 1, 2, T, excuse, T, A, I, M, une place. La lettre M, c'est les deux gros. 1, 2. Et les dernières lettres, c'est E. C'est une place. E. Et pour finir, je vais mettre 1, 2, 3. So, cette collier, c'est fini maintenant. Il dit, je t'aime. And that's finished right now. It says, I love you in French. And one thing to consider, if you only have seed beads or round beads and you don't have these longer dashes, I'll show you what I've done. So in this example, you can see my base color and my spaces is like this, but then when I get to my dots and my dashes, they're different shapes. However, in this example, I only use round beads, and a dash is represented by 3 dots, 3 beads together. So c'est M, it starts with an M, is a dash and a dash. See, M is 2 dashes. So I have 3 beads to represent 1 dash and 3 beads to represent 1 dash. Then I have my clear to represent the space between the letters. M, A, M, A, N. Meme. And I did use crimps on the ends. So if you have a little plier, you can crimp it and it keeps your beads together. So for this example, I am going to use the same sliding knots, slip knots, and I'm going to get my beads in the center. Then I'll decide how long I want the collar to be, the necklace to be, so it has to fit over your head when it's fully expanded. So this will fit over someone's head fully expanded. And now's when I'm going to show you that knot. So I'm going to come around with my working end. The working end is the one not attached to the beadwork. It's the end that's cut. And I'm going to loop around. So I've made a loop with my working end, and I'm going to come in once, twice, and 3 times, so that I've wrapped around 3 times through that hole in my working end. And then I'm just going to start tightening it. So slipping the knot towards the beginning and pulling. See how much cord I have out now? So I'm just slipping the knot and pulling. You can rip leather or suede, so do be gentle with this. And that's enough. Just like that, that's tight enough. Because what it'll allow us to do is slip this end like this. Okay, alors, on a besoin une autre sur cette côté. So, alors, fais une cercle et mettre les cordes dans le milieu du cercle une fois, 2 fois et 3 fois. Maintenant, tire doucement parce que le corde peut briser, c'est juste des suede. And then, tu peux mettre plus gros pour mettre sur la tête et tu peux glisser les cordes. Oh! Comme ça. Tiens. C'est plus facile si tu fais une corde une fois. Tiens, pour porte. And that's all there is to it. So you have your lovely secret message necklace, or your little dainty secret message bracelets. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if this is a little bit too complicated because you're working with a toddler, remember that you can use letter beads. So you can write a message using beads that already have letters, and you can make your own needle to do that. So thank you very much, and please check out the Temiskaming Art Gallery website for all sorts of information about our upcoming juried shows, calls for submissions, information about our permanent collection, and all the other great stuff we have going on for you. That's it for now. I hope you enjoyed our Mother's Day craft series.